Happy New Year and welcome back to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, shit-talking, and, in my case, bragging rights over chicken wing for the next 4 years. Maybe 2, depending on how the standings go next season. I'm your host and resident Titans fan, JC. Joining me, as always, are...
I don't know what this man is talking about. This man is not in the playoffs. That's why I'm playing in the championship game, because he lost by a kicker for 1.5 points. Chicken wing!
Well, we'll get to what happened on Thursday.
Hey, whatever, ho.
All right.
This is Nori reminding everybody the last 2 times the 49ers got to the championship, how it ended.
Wow.
You turn off the lights and...
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob. I'm just crying because just remembering how bad the Niners are in the playoffs.
I know.
It's amazing.
We were 8 minutes away.
Anyways, go Bucks. Yeah, clinch the division. Cool. All right. Bet.
What's up, everybody? DJ, Cowboys fan. Quick message to Cleveland Browns fans everywhere. I realize Baker Mayfield is not producing like you expect him to do, but there's no reason to send that man death threats. Knock that off.
No. There's not.
I mean, facts.
We need to remind Cleveland fans that, basically be nice to Baker Mayfield because he's your sober Johnny Football. So.
I mean,
wow.
You're not wrong.
Wow.
Well played, Nori. Well played.
I think that's
Thank
how
you, King.
Longhorn fans describe him. So,
I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah,
Like the stats add up.
Absolutely
So.
correct.
Yeah. The guy actually won conference championships in college, which Manziel never did. So, yeah.
True.
Wow. Yeah, he won the best frat party award.
That's true. That's right.
That's a prestigious one.
I would love to party with Johnny Football. My God. He has the best drugs.
This is a family show, boys.
Yeah. I'm sure you could drive to Kerrville and talk to some old family and friends about it. It's not too far away.
Oh.
Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
We're going to discuss what happened in Week 16, make some predictions for Week 17, and maybe cover a few of the playoff and or division clinching scenarios. And there's a lot that is wide open on the AFC side of things. But before we get started on all that, it is worth mentioning that we got some very, very sad news in the football world and in the sports world, really. John Madden. And one of the coolest things I saw in one of the articles I read about him was, it doesn't matter how you knew him. If you knew him as a football coach, if you knew him as a broadcaster, if you knew him as just because his name was on a video game, one, that probably tells you how old you are and that you probably age yourself. But it's the fact that everybody knew who John Madden was. And he was famous for all these things. He gave so much to the game of football. And it was just shocking and sad. I know he was 85. It just feels young to me for a guy like that with so much enthusiasm for the game. So I think we'll just take this moment to share our thoughts on it, what you remember about John Madden. Obviously, for me, I remember him as a broadcaster. Him and Pat Summerall were legendary on the Fox broadcasts.
Facts.
If you heard them broadcasting the game, you knew it was a big game. You knew it was important. And that's how I'll always remember him. I'll always remember the scribbles on the screen, writing lines here and there, the Dallas Cowboy offensive lineman sweat contest, the turkey leg awards on Thanksgiving, Then, of course, for the Madden video games, my personal favorite, still I think is the best Madden of all time, is Madden 97. Still have it on Super Nintendo. But I just think it was revolutionary because it was the first big football video game that had your favorite players and there was 11 people on the field, We can kind of go around. I don't know if anybody wants to jump in next. What you're going to remember the most about John Madden, and there's so many memories. I know we're going to age ourselves here, but takeaway, I guess we can start with you. We'll just go with the order we introduced ourselves.
Get them shit.
I mean, you pretty much covered a lot of it, honestly. But at the end of it, John Madden is a legendary man. You cannot knock his commentary with the boom, the pow. The obvious. They have more players. More points than the team. They win the game. stuff like that. But as a tribute to John, yesterday while I was working, no, I wasn't working. I'm sorry. Yesterday I was doing something, and when that happened, I just went on YouTube and played my favorite all-time theme from the Madden games. It was the Madden '93 select music, and so like seeing that, watching the old gameplay. I know me and DJ when we were kids, we used to play that whenever we would visit our grandparents in Florida. Our uncle would have the games. We were just kids. We were just playing a lot of the Madden games. My uncle owned the game, so we would just go over there and play it while we were visiting Florida. And then I just remember, me and DJ, we were just sitting there. We would see all the little, what was it, the Cabbage Patch? Whenever you scored the touchdown, right? They would do that.
Yeah.
Yep. And so you'd see all that, and then the music when they do the little touchdown dance, it looks like he's just like doing the little moonwalk and stuff. It's kind of funny seeing that on a 16-bit game, but that obviously tells our age. But that's just something I remember. It's like I played the theme music for like 15, 20 minutes straight, just in tribute to John.
Nori, what about you?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I remember him for the video games more than anything. I know he was a badass coach and commentator, but the games, the intro, like they made shitty Madden actually fucking playable because he got me so damn hype. I forgot about all the bugs and nonsense that were in the games. So Madden was like, he was just cool as fuck, man. Like Madden literally was football to me, like he was the NFL.
Rob?
Yeah, Madden was what I remember growing up and just the game to play. Like, if I was watching a game, I would always remember him as like the commentator, the voice. Like Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, whatever it was, I always remember just hearing that voice. Like, and you could identify it out of all the other broadcasters. Doesn't matter who it was with him as co-broadcasters. It was always, oh yeah, John Madden's doing the thing. So yeah, that's it for me.
All right. And DJ, I know someone put a graphic up that he broadcasted more Cowboys games than any other franchise in his career. So I know you probably heard his voice a lot. So
Yeah. And Troy Aikman, just to get a little specific about Cowboys, Troy Aikman basically said that John Madden narrated his entire career. That speaks volumes for that. But it's transcendent. It's a situation where even if you're not a quote-unquote football fan, you know Madden, whether it be you went to the store and bought the Madden football game, whether you had somebody tell you about Madden. It's just Madden is synonymous with football. You can't talk about legendary football figures. I won't even say coach because he's a badass coach, great commentator, just a great human being. And you can't talk about football without talking about John Madden when it comes to just legends in general. So transcendent. That's the word I'll use.
It's worth noting that the Madden games over the years sometimes have gotten a little lackluster, always redundant. Sometimes there's so many bugs. Of course, some of us are old enough I think all of us are old to remember when the Madden game had just John Madden on the cover before they started putting players. So I got to ask you two questions. What was the worst Madden bug of all time? And who was the worst Madden curse?
That is
I had something for this too. Okay. I had a perfect answer, which will match. Hold on.
Should I start with mine while you guys are thinking of it, or what? So
sure.
I remember one glitch I would always see. I forget what year it was, but you would be ready to throw a pass like you're going to do a 3 pass, and all of a sudden your quarterback would turn and just throw it like 100 yards back the other way. And it was technically a lateral, so all these players are racing down. It was either going to be a safety or a touchdown. It was the weirdest bug. Worst Madden curse, I think, was Michael Vick, because literally like week 1 or 2 in the preseason, tore his ACL, was done for the year. That season. That's the one I always remember.
Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I have one.
Okay, go ahead, Nori.
2008, Vince Young.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
His little
Rookie as a rookie made the Pro Bowl, never did shit after that.
Yeah. Kind of had a meltdown, and then
Kinda.
Kerry Collins, yeah. So.
Yeah, Nori, I'm not gonna stop that.
I'm looking at all the covers. I can't think of one worse.
That one was fucking terrible.
That one was terrible. Now, 2005 was the year that Madden actually had a challenge because NFL 2K5 came out, and That
was
stirred
the
up a
TO
lot
cover,
of
right?
country. I think so. Yeah, he was playing for the Eagles, right? At that time.
So
Yeah.
there's kind of a funny story of that. I was working at Fry's Electronics when that came out, and I remember Sega put a lot of work into that game, and then they only sold it for $20.
That was the greatest day ever.
They-
NFL, ESPN, NFL 2K5, right?
2K5, yeah.
People love tournaments for that, man. It's like
It's such
like
a great
the best football
game.
game ever created.
First-person football and everything. And then EA said, okay, we lost so much market share, then they lined up an exclusive license with the NFL.
You know, a rational company would say, "Hey, let's make our game better to compete with them." But no. They're like, "Fuck them. We're gonna buy them out.
You know,
Pretty much.
We're gonna buy the license."
Interesting thing about that cover, if you find actual cover arts of them, so we know that the Madden of that year, Ray Lewis was on the cover, and then T.O. with the Eagles was on the cover of the 2K game. If you look on the back of both games, on the Madden cover, you have Ray Lewis tackling T.O., and on the back of the 2K game, you have Terrell Owens like stiff-arming Ray Lewis.
Shut up.
Yes.
I didn't even realize
I
that.
didn't even notice
If you
that.
go and try to find the back cover, I don't know if he's stiff-arming or just like running through them, but you have them each doing something to the cover athlete for the other game.
That's fucking hilarious. See that? Look at that. Marketing, bro.
Good old
That's
competition,
top
right?
tier marketing at its finest.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
I didn't like that at all. When go ahead.
Sorry, I found my biggest victim for the Madden curse, Sean Alexander. So he was the cover of the Madden 07.
Yeah.
The 2 years prior to that, he had 1,000 yard seasons, and he was the league MVP. After the cover, he never hit 1,000 yards.
Oh, you right.
Wasn't he still in the NFL a few more years?
For like 2 years. That's
I
it.
want to say, yeah.
What,
like,
this is worse than Vince Young, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you go from,
Go from
the top guy to like non-existent. Like, who are you? Like, what?
that. You could also say Peyton Hillis is really bad. Like, he got voted onto the Madden cover, missed the following 6 games for that season with strep throat and a pulled hamstring.
That's true.
Jesus Christ, bro. Madden curse is
It all
real,
went
boys.
downhill when they stopped featuring Madden. Like the first 5 years of the game, Madden was on the cover. It's his goddamn game. Why is he not featured anymore? And then 2001, they start featuring the first one. The player was Eddie George, phenomenal player. But like, I don't buy Madden to like, you know, when I think Madden, I'm like, oh shit, the commentary, the game. But like, he was the star. Why did it switch to the players being on the cover? It's dumb.
I think I can't remember if they were the first game to do it, but I want to say like NBA
No, like
started
NBA
putting
2K.
cover athletes on there, right? The
Mhm.
NBA do it
2K
first.
was 2K was probably the one that
Which makes sense because it's NBA 2K. It's about the NBA and it's whatever, but it's not like Madden. Like man, it's like hey bitch, I'm the star on my show. Like and he should always been on the cover.
Yeah, but I think what it was is that, you know, EA's other franchises and all these other sports franchises were putting actual athletes on the cover, so they were like, okay, we got to really market this to the NFL, and like the younger generation, I think Madden was getting ready to retire from broadcasting, so they're like, okay, we would need something to attract younger generation to this. Like, what are they going to recognize when they see it in the store?
Right, but
So-
he didn't retire from broadcasting until 2009.
true.
That's that last Super
Yeah.
Bowl was the
No,
last one he did.
I think what he did was he was not doing the weekly broadcasting. He would just do like the Super Bowls.
he'd do the big event.
He would do the big
It depended on the
games.
game. You know?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
like-
used to do it every week, and then that's when he took a step back. He's like, "Nah, I can't do this anymore." But
It was after Pat
Like-
Summerall retired, I think, right?
yeah, Pat Summerall was like on his way out, but you know, you did bring up a good point. You know, that Super Bowl was crazy to watch between Arizona and Pittsburgh. I think
It was,
we were at
Yeah.
Augustine's when that happened. That game.
because most of us were going for Arizona.
Yeah,
Actually,
Correct.
no,
They were
especially
such an underdog
so
story that
especially
year.
just
Yeah,
because
they really were.
Cowboys fans didn't want Steelers to get 6, and
Goddamn right.
yeah, and that was just, and also who in their right mind didn't want Larry Fitzgerald and Kurt Warner
Exactly.
to get rings?
that's what I'm saying.
Come on, man.
Like the
I know.
superheroes, like the underdogs, like those guys.
I'm a
I
little
think
indifferent
Kurt had
about Kurt Warner, but more Larry
one
Fitzgerald. Yeah.
Kurt Warner had won with the
prior
Rams.
to that.
Kurt Warner had won with the Rams, and he was going
That's
to be
right.
the first guy to win
Yeah,
a
let's
Super
not
Bowl
talk
as a
about that
quarterback
one.
on
I'm
2
so
different
mad they didn't
teams.
do it.
Two different teams. That's right.
But then it wound up being Peyton Manning later. But yeah, no, it was Kurt Warner was like such like a likable guy, and it was so cool that like, you know, they just took that doo-doo franchise, and then because they were wasting Larry Fitzgerald, and yeah, man, that was the year. I really wish I would have went instead.
That was like the last year the Cardinals really had a shot too. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
True.
No matter how you knew him, he's a legend, not just in football but in sports for so many reasons. And I'm really interested to see how all the home teams are going to be making a tribute, moment of silence, whatever, to John Madden. And it's just awesome. Just knowing who he was, one way or another. He was an awesome coach. He took a Raiders team that bunch of players that nobody wanted and went and won a Super Bowl. So,
Ooh, fun fact. Speaking of, now that you brought that up, I actually read something earlier today. So Madden was one of 20 coaches to have 100 plus games under his belt, and he has the best record at 103 wins and I think 27 losses out of all the coaches that have the 100 plus win under his belt on one team.
Wow.
Crazy.
So that just goes to show and to match what DJ said. This is transcendence. That man was on a whole nother level.
Pop quiz: who broke the Madden curse?
Mahomes.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes. That's right.
yeah. One of only 2 players to be on a cover that's won a Super Bowl. One of 2. Who's the other
Fucking cheater.
Who was the other one?
Brady? Or Gronkowski?
one? Gronk. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Gronk is the other one.
Well, that's technically 3 then, because Brady is
No.
on 21.
Brady lost the year he was on the cover.
Oh, we're talking about won a Super Bowl the year they were on the
Yeah,
cover.
he's a Super Bowl champion, right?
Okay.
No, he got that on the cover after the fact, right?
No, he got it after the fact.
Yeah, because he was on with Mahomes, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the cover with Mahomes.
Yep.
Yep.
Which people were mad, like, oh my god, they're cursing 2 teams, right? So
Oh, and Madden curse is back because Lamar Jackson was Madden 21.
Oh my god.
You're not wrong there, my friend. You're not.
It was having such a good year too.
yeah,
It just went to shit. Went backwards.
Yeah, Madden covers.
yeah, that's what happens. All right, on to our recap of Week 16, how we did. Rob actually won the week, went 13-3. I came in second at 12-4, and then Chicken Wing DJ and Nori went 11-5. Overall standings, Chicken Wing still in the lead, 153 correct picks. I'm in second at 151. DJ in third at 148. Nori at 143. And Rob still not mathematically eliminated, has at 139. So
Good job, Rob. Look
Yep.
at you getting the weeks.
Still
Yes.
So
Just need y'all to like not pick anything.
That'll make it competitive.
Yeah, just don't pick anything. Just
Yeah,
be
I'm
like,
not doing that though. But okay.
I forgot to set my roster. Yeah, let's just be like,
going on how we did last week, we'll start with Rob. What are your thoughts on Week 16 of the NFL season?
I don't have any regrets or any. I thought it was funny to me Thursday night because on the podcast I did call Tennessee winning by a field goal. I was joking. I was saying, it could happen, and man, did it feel good when it happened.
It did.
And I had a 10-point lead.
Yeah,
As I
and-
called the podcast, I said,
Yeah.
I hope we spot
You
you
did,
10
Mike.
points and come back and beat your ass. And sure enough,
Fair enough. There it was.
yeah.
That's okay though, because I want my fantasy game. So fuck all of y'all. All right, I'm in the championship,
Okay.
bitch.
That's fine. I guess the big surprise, Houston handing it to LA, the LA away team,
Jesus.
because
Like
man,
it.
Change the
that just.
Yeah, LA away team. I like it.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Hey, we've got the Indianapolis Tailors and the LA away team, so. And the London Jaguars. So
Jesus. That's all I'm saying to that right there.
For me, I the Houston one was surprising. I was a little bit more surprised by Chicago beating Seattle, and by a point coming back the way they
my
did.
point.
Yeah,
That was a hell of a comeback.
that was. I didn't expect to see Chicago doing that on the road in Seattle, mind you. God, I was really hoping Detroit would have pulled it out. But damn it! All of a sudden,
Come on,
I
man.
was like,
Really?
Come on, it's Detroit.
Come on.
Yeah.
Stop.
So, we all
Stop
picked
that.
Detroit, didn't we?
Oh, I know. I did.
No, that's why I won.
Listen, I was going with Dan Campbell. I was fucking this guy. This guy knows some
yeah.
shit. I mean,
The-
I was
the
going
only-
because of that.
I guess the only pick I kind of say I can regret is New England, taking New England. And that's only because Buffalo, even though they lost to Tampa the week before, I was really impressed with how they played. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I think they can beat New England. I really feel that they can, but I was like back and forth on it. I ultimately went with New England thinking, okay, Patriots are at home. You know, they just ran all over Buffalo last time. You know, like Belichick's going to have a game plan to beat them twice. But I wasn't sure Buffalo could sustain, and now they've proved they can beat a good team. So now it's like, okay, it's hard to pick against Buffalo now. I really wish I would have done it last week. So
last time Buffalo beat a good team was like week 4, week 5 against Kansas City. Yeah. Kansas City was still doo-doo. So since then, they haven't beaten a good team. But they finally did it last week, so now I can start picking them for games.
Yeah. DJ, your thoughts on week 16?
Well, no regrets. I'll go ahead and piggyback off the surprise that Houston beat the LA away team. That's the great name it's coined now. But yeah, I mean, I had a chance to watch the last part of the Chicago-Seattle game. You know, I figured that Seattle was going to go ahead and just win the game, but then Chicago started making the comeback. Jimmy Graham lost 2 DBs. Then they got the 2-point conversion and won the game. I mean, that was a gutsy call, but what does Chicago have to lose? What does Nagy have to lose, really?
At this point,
he'll be fired the season anyway. Yeah, he's already done. So, fuck it. Why not try to win a game before he goes out? And, you know, I really wanted Detroit to win. You know, I give them so much shit, and then Dan Campbell gives this fiery speech post-game, and I'm like, you know what? They got to win this game simply because of that. And then they wet the bed.
Yeah.
Wet the fucking bed. Don't, Mike. Okay, they wet the bed. Look at how the game ended. What happened at the end of the game? You literally cause a turnover and get the ball on the 9-yard line. And what happened right after that?
They should
literally.
I mean,
they wet the bed and they got out of the bed and they pissed around the floor that the bed was on.
Yeah. You're right. I was trying to give him credit, but no, you're right.
In the red zone, and not only that, he threw into triple fucking coverage.
Yes.
Sake, man.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, that's what I got. God damn it, Detroit. I was like, man, y'all turn the corner. Dan Campbell's the man, and then this happens.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, Dan Campbell is still the man. I just don't know about his players.
Yeah, and I'm not I was rooting for him, and I'm still going to root for him to some degree. We'll get to the picks later on.
Should be coach of the year because that team deserves to go 0-17. He should be.
I hope he stays there.
I agree with
season.
that.
I really do.
I really do.
If they make the right offseason moves, you know, he's going to get them contending.
Yeah, get rid of all 53 players. That should be the right offseason.
I was going to say, just
keep
fuck
Dan
the
Campbell
roster and bring him there.
Yeah, keep Dan Campbell. Get rid of everybody else.
Yeah, trade for Russell Wilson. Fuck it. You know.
He would. He himself would turn that team around.
Yeah.
Hang on now. He himself would turn that team around. They would be. They'd be a contender in that division.
Yeah. Chicken Wing, your thoughts on the week?
My regret is not changing my pick to the Titans. Once I found out that AJ Brown was officially confirmed to start, and I did say that too on the podcast, that he would be a threat. And Vrabel,
Jesus,
he coached it perfectly too. He knew that with our soft secondary, with Brown's presence, then all he had to do was just tell Tannehill, "Don't fucking throw it to him." They're gonna double team him, and they double team Kittle. So Vrabel coached perfectly against the Niners. I will say that. Jimmy G tried to be a fucking hero like I told him not to be, but look what happened there. Jesus Christ.
Hero G.
So bad. AJ Brown was bad.
My bad.
And when they double teamed him, Julio Jones was there. So
yeah. I mean, so you got that. The other games I don't regret, honestly. The game I am super surprised about was Dallas. Not because of them beating him. Like, I knew that was going to happen. But how fucking bad they beat him. Like, I'm over here sending memes to the missus, fucking Rocky memes, Jim Ross memes, fucking Washington
Simpsons.
all over it.
They're already dead.
They're already dead. Let
They're
them
already
go.
dead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the one time I'll actually give my wife some sort of praise, I guess. Other than that, every other guess was off of sheer knowledge, and it worked out, and some didn't. So that's all it is.
All right. And Nori.
Kind of feel like Washington's defense just like pulled their pants down, smirked at the Cowboys, and gave them the lube and said, "Oh no, don't." And I don't know how else to say that because, like,
Oh my god!
even the worst team in the NFL, the Giants, didn't get fucking, their backs blown out that badly by anybody, especially a division rival. Like, you made Dallas look like the 90s Cowboys. That was really, really inexcusable. That was bad. Another thing that, like, kind of nobody mentioned, but I was surprised, two things. One, I didn't expect the Browns to make it that close with Green Bay. That was actually a pretty good game. I was really surprised by that.
I thought they caught up though in the fourth quarter. They were getting beat up pretty
By
bad.
2 points.
Close.
Yeah, I
Two
saw
points.
that, but I'm just saying, like, when we were watching the game, me and Rob, we were just like, "Okay, well, that game is over."
Like,
Not
yeah,
realizing.
that's what I'm saying. Like, they almost pulled it off. I was surprised because I thought Cleveland had no fight in them. And then the other surprise was the Saints, even without a quarterback, are putting up 15 to 20 on most teams. Miami held up to 3, and I don't think they're getting the credit they deserve because that defense is awake now.
Facts.
Speaking of that Miami game, I speak with New Orleans. A couple things on it. First of all, just how bad is Blake Bortles? New Orleans, of course, got hit with COVID stuff. They didn't really have a quarterback. They signed Blake Bortles on Friday to be the backup to a guy making his NFL debut. It's just like, how bad is Blake Bortles where they signed a guy with NFL experience, him, and he still didn't get the start over a guy that's just basically making his NFL debut.
He doesn't know the playbook.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
As Rob's
Playbook
name suggests,
probably just landed in.
as Rob's name suggests, where's Kaepernick? I mean, you mean to tell me he's not a better option than any of these guys? All right, bet.
nothing against In Book. Great moment. His family was there. Led him to 3 points. Good job. But
Yep.
you're playing against a tough Miami defense. That's a hard call. But yeah, where is Colin Kaepernick? Why isn't he getting a look? Like, especially now, it just doesn't make any sense. My other question for you guys is, out of all the games this week, of all the stuff we've seen, which team looks the worst right now?
New York Giants.
New York Giants.
Yeah, there's really not much of
Do
a
we
question
need to
there.
specify between
I might
playoff
argue
and non-playoff
Washington.
teams?
No, you can't. You can't because
I could
Washington's
because they're
putting up
punching each
touchdowns.
other on the sideline. That's why I would argue Washington.
I mean-
They don't fucking care. The Giants are just like,
Right.
well, we could do some things better. Bitch, you've scored 1 touchdown since September. Fucking mean you can do some things better. You're a goddamn professional NFL team. Fucking mean you can do some things better. I can do some things better in my life. I know where to go from here, though. Where do you guys go from here?
I will say, honestly,
Nobody's worse.
Yeah, there really isn't.
I'm not being funny, exaggerating. Oh, I'm drinking. I'm a Giants fan. No, statistically, literally, even every New York Times post, everywhere, it's breaking it down. It's fucking true. The New York Giants literally are the worst organization in the NFL right now, as far as direction, as far as.
so I
everything.
think Houston's the worst run organization. Detroit's just in a pretty shitty spot, but I'm gonna say that the away team Chargers are bad right now.
What?
In my opinion, yes.
The Giants? What?
I don't
They're
think
always
the
away.
Chargers are bad. I think they're inconsistent.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
That's my problem with them.
Yeah.
It's like
you
you
just don't know how
have
to be
all that
successful,
talent.
but they're not bad. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're bad, like they're a pretty shitty, like god awful team. I'm saying, like, given the talent that they have, they shouldn't have lost to Houston the way they did. Let's get that out the way. But on top of that,
But maybe Houston's been like doing okay there. With Mills is getting better and better and better.
yeah, the past 2
They
weeks.
shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have lost. I agree, but
Yeah, the past 2 weeks. But like, there are games that LA had no business losing, and their record is killing them on it because now they have the talent. Like we all agreed at the beginning of the season, they have the talent to make the playoffs, hands down. The question is
Yes.
asked. Why are they struggling so much to where now you're in earshot away of losing all chances because you can't close games? That's my biggest issue with them, is that they can't close games.
that's
the
all
same
true, but
argument
the
for
worst
Denver
team in
too.
football.
So
But the worst team in football can't beat the Chargers. Example:
No.
New York. I can't even say that. They got smoked. Any bad team you think of cannot beat the Chargers right now. So JC's question was, who do you think is the worst team?
Who looks
I cannot
the worst
think of
out this
anybody
week?
worse.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
Yeah, who looks the worst?
statistically, I cannot think of anybody worse than the Giants.
Yeah.
No Daniel Jones.
maybe Carolina.
Barkley is doing double the carries of Booker and putting up less yards.
I can't say Carolina because they don't have anybody right now. They really don't. You have no quarterback. You have no running back. What are you going to do?
But they're scoring touchdowns.
I was just about to say the same thing.
No, they
Getting in
didn't.
the end zone.
Well, they didn't against Tampa, but some other games they were getting touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, Nori's right. The Giants right now are just looking bad.
They're just bad all around.
Well, they've already packed it in. So I mean, at this point, it's
Their
off
defense is
season,
their
and let's
defensive
get it
effort is getting wasted because even no scoring touchdowns, they still put up more of a fight than Washington, and
This is
Washington
true.
is scoring touchdowns. So
This is true.
the Giants are badly coached. Offensive line is horrendous. Throw everybody away minus Andrew Thomas. That's David Gettleman's greatest pick by far is Andrew Thomas,
Yeah.
and Daniel Jones is out, which he should be because the poor kid probably has a broken neck and was misdiagnosed.
True.
The turf in New York is allowing all kinds of Jets and Giants players to get their ankles and feet fucking destroyed. They should be
Shut
investigating
Barkley
that.
down too. Then is it worth it just to shut Barkley?
They should, but that's
Should.
like, but then like, what I hate when athletes in general, even the Cowboys, anybody, I hate when athletes in general lose and then they have to talk to the media.
Yes.
That's part of their contract.
It doesn't matter. It's a stupid fucking rule. I know it, like legally they have to, but it's fucking stupid. There's nothing they're gonna say to me that be like, oh yeah, I'm glad they said that. What are they gonna say? Oh, I have to look at the tape and be better. Bro, you lost. It sucks. If you compete in any sport whatsoever, you're hot after you lost. Anything, video games, a sport, fucking Chinese checkers, whatever the fuck you competed in, you just lost. You don't want to talk to anybody. It's
I
stupid.
mean,
It's
that's
forced.
just an
I hate
after
it.
reaction, but then like you also got to take into account. Reporters will ask the stupidest questions.
That too. That
At
too.
the
And
worst time.
when they do that shit on purpose, I mean,
And they do,
I truly
just to
don't
get a
think that
reaction.
reporters are stupid in all cases. I think they ask those questions because they know they're going to get a rise and like, oh, look, I get more shit. I can write this all down. It's on camera. Blah blah blah.
It's my least favorite part of the thing. When I see a hype ass team win, I want to see their victory celebration and them popping
course.
champagne bottles
Of course.
and being fun. I don't give a fuck about the losing team. Like, oh, we need to be better. Of course, you need to be goddamn better. You should have put up more points than the other team.
What
But
was
it's
that one?
stupid to me, don't torture them. Like they lost. Let them. They just lost in front of millions of people. Leave them alone.
What was that one? What was that one famous question? Did you feel as if that they won or did you lose the game? What was it? Westbrook,
You know
right?
what? Let's kind of
Yes.
transition. I know we said we weren't going to do this segment, but let's go ahead and do it because this is something now that you reminded me has been bothering me. So, welcome to What's Bothering the Minorities. Post-game press conferences.
Killer.
And the one that sticks out to me the most, of course, is Cam Newton after he lost the Super Bowl.
Oh,
And everyone
yeah.
was giving him crap about
Oh, my
stepping
God.
away because he was hearing the other team celebrate. He just lost the Super Bowl. What do you expect him
Yes.
to say?
Exactly.
Yes.
I know why the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NFL, to some extent the NCAA with the coaches, NHL even at times, wants to have the post-game press conferences. They have contracts with the media. Does it really have to be right after the game? What is the harm in letting a player shower, change, go home, decompress a bit to get his mind mentally away from the ice or the court or the field, and then the first thing the next morning, you have a press conference where you talk about the previous game?
Because the same exact people who say shut up and dribble and shut up and just play football are the same people who want a hot, pissed off soundbite and are going to criticize them for being emotional right after
Exactly.
they lose.
Yeah,
They don't know what
it's-
they don't know
that's
what the
all
fuck
it
they
is.
want. They don't know
That's
what they
all
want.
it is.
It's the same people that if they were put in the same position would choke up and probably not know what to say.
All players of every sport, NFL, NHL, Major League Soccer, fucking
Golf
everywhere.
even. Yeah.
They should all say the same thing after they lose. I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Damn
They should
right.
say
They
that
should
over
take
and
a
over
page out
and
of
over
Marshawn Lynch's
until
book.
they
No,
stop
no.
getting asked
What they
questions.
should take a page out of is Greg Popovich. That's what they should take a page.
Oh,
out
one
of.
word-
I
one word answers?
promise.
Fucking beautiful. Yes.
Exactly.
One
You
word
Okay.
ask a dumb question, he will give you a dumb answer and just look you dead in the face with a straight face. Like, that's what they should do.
Pop or even Tim Duncan even, because I remember
Yes.
Don Harris would say when you're talking about basketball, the thing that's their job. If you start asking about something they're interested in, like if you could question Tim Duncan about comic books or a class he took in college, or maybe his what does he do? His shop where he like customizes vehicles or something like
Yeah,
that.
the auto shop. Yeah.
His auto shop,
The auto
yeah.
shop, yeah.
So there's so many things you can. Yes, Popovich about wine. Like what would go with this?
Fuck
Go
yeah.
with this kind of a meal. He'll know what to say. Make it a little bit lighthearted. I just post game, like immediately after. Are you really that hard for a soundbite that you need something from a player? A coach, maybe I can understand, but a player who is out there killing himself, especially in football where it's a collision sport, not a contact sport, a collision sport. There's so much wear and tear on your bodies, on your head. Do you really need them to say something right now? Like, you can't just write your own story about what you saw happen, what you were seeing, this and that. Like, is it absolutely necessary?
I have never ever had my team lose, ever had my team lose, and then said, instead of, man, my team should have put up more points, like, oh man, I really wish the post game conference they would have went better. No, motherfucker, I want more goddamn points. That's what I'm worried about. Go in the locker room and figure it out. What the fuck?
That's what they're worried about. They lose the game. Oh man, they're gonna ask me the great question.
If they just lost, and you know, these athletes are coming out with these badass, you know, outfits and money I'll never have and this and that, whatever. I don't care what you have to say. You lost. It sucks.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a team I hate. I don't care if it's a team I like. You're trying to get a soundbite out of them, but at the same time, you want them to just like not be opinionated about anything. You want raw human emotion, but like you don't want to deal with it. You can't have both.
Yeah, I think the only time they don't have to speak to the media if it's like an injury or something. So why not just put everybody as questionable soreness after the game, and then they don't have to speak to anybody?
Yeah,
They should all just
Talk to the third string guy that didn't get in the game or something like that. You know.
there you go.
Yeah.
They should do what politicians do when they get caught with, you know, with the Asian strippers. I plead the fifth. That's talking to the media. I plead the fifth every time.
Robert Kraft out of this, man. Jesus, your hate for Boston.
He had it right. I
Boring.
plead the fifth. I will not incriminate myself. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm gonna go. Okay, Russell Westbrook. I understand you were down by 100 points, but why were you going for the triple double? I will not incriminate myself any further by answering that.
Because in my
So I have to say,
contract,
we know
yo,
why you were
I get a
Did they
bonus.
win or did you lose? That's the only question. Did they
That's
win
so
or did you lose?
Stupid. So stupid. You think all these guys go to Northwestern to get their journalism degrees, and that's what the fuck they come up with as your question? Like, ask an SAT question for crying out loud. You know, if the train's going this direction, you know, something like that.
Or just ask something to make them laugh afterwards. Like immediately when they come out, they're gonna say, "We just really need to know what you thought of the season finale of Grey's Anatomy." Like just something fucking random that makes no sense whatsoever, and it just like maybe put a smile on their face and be funny. You know, like, do you really think Miranda made the right decision not coming back to Sex in the City? Like something stupid that'll make them laugh because you're always trying to piss them off, but then you can't deal with it.
Man, I want to agree with you there, but that's like asking for them to be more pissed off. Like, why the fuck are you even here? Like, I get the comic relief behind that, but that's a super risky thing to do at the same time.
Who wins in a fight? Marshawn Lynch hopped up on Skittles or Batman eating M&Ms?
Facts, like something you know. Yeah,
Batman with prep time.
I mean, you're not wrong there. Batman with prep time though.
Yeah, like I would rather risk making them laugh than saying like, what could you have done better? Scored more fucking points than the other team. What the fuck do you mean could I have done better? I'm a paid professional athlete with sponsorships. What do you want me to say? Oh, you know, I really blew my load shooting 0 for 9 and fucking the 3-point line. What exactly words are going to comfort you? Oh, I'll do better. Oh, thanks.
You know,
Okay.
Let me write that down. Can I quote you on that? Yeah,
Yeah,
motherfucker, you can quote me on that. Fuck
Quote me on that.
you know, one of my favorite commercials was this prima donna player. They were interviewing him after a game or something like, and he's like, I don't know what these guys are, but I played this. I played great. You know, I got all these touchdowns, whatever. What about those 2 fumbles you lost? Man, blame my teammates. Where are they picking me up when I fumble the ball? You know, so, I forget what commercial that was for. I think it was hilarious. Yeah.
I should never be a professional athlete. Like I'd be horrible to them. Like, what could you have done better? I could pull out next time I'm with your mother.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Good thing you're not a professional athlete. Jesus
I
Christ.
just lost it for the millions of people. You can ask me that stupid fucking question. All right, cool.
Dude, they would end the press conference right after that. The meeting was, all right, guys, you guys can go. All right, yeah,
Mic
have a good
drop.
night.
That's why they
What do you
walk
plan to
out.
do better? What do you plan to do better? I plan to communicate better. I'm going to tell your sister to get out of my DMs.
You know, I don't just bring it up to laugh, but mental health is a very, very serious thing now. You know, we saw with some mobiles in the Olympics, especially in the pandemic, there's been professional wrestlers, athletes that are taking their lives due to CTE or otherwise. Mental illness is a real thing. And honestly, there's a lot of stress that comes into a professional athlete's career, and I don't think everyone thinks, oh, you get paid millions of dollars of this and that. So that doesn't take care of their mental health sometimes, and I think
true.
athletes should get at least a good night's rest to decompress, get their mind right before they have to answer stupid questions from media types. Like, and it might be good for the media too to take a night to decompress and actually ask a good question for them to answer. It might be beneficial both ways, and maybe these news press conferences will be a little bit more informative if you do that type of thing. So
As long as they came in like Ryan Fitzpatrick, fucking bearded out and everything. I'm down.
5 o'clock shadow,
That's what it
sunglasses
is, bro.
on from a hangover, from drinking after a bad loss, that kind of thing.
Didn't he have somebody's chain on at the
Yeah,
time?
he sure did. Yeah, he did.
So that's
Oh,
fucking
godlike post game press conference.
That's something I think just needs to change, and I hope it does, because it's just stupid. Do you really need to be in the locker room asking questions right after a loss? The locker room should be a sacred place, not for media to come in. So, all right. One thing I did think was funny, by the way, on Week 16 was Jerry Jones saying he's going to keep the Washington benches on the sideline because Dallas played great with those benches there on the sideline.
We had good luck with those fucking things.
So,
hey.
we're on to Week 17, which no more Thursday games, everybody. Thursday games are done for the season. It's strictly Sunday and Monday this week, and then we'll find out next week what's going to be the Saturday and the Sunday games for Week 18. But Week 17, so many playoff scenarios here. As we kind of get through each one, we might talk through them. But our pick order this week is Rob, JC, DJ, Chicken Wing, and then Nori.
Copy pasta.
All right. So we're going to start with Atlanta at Buffalo. Buffalo basically at this point can only clinch a playoff berth but cannot clinch the division. And there's 9 whole different scenarios with either a win or a tie and a whole bunch of other losses where they can clinch a playoff berth. The easiest ones I'll say is if they win and Baltimore loses, or if they win and the Chargers and the Raiders lose, they're in the playoffs, but not a division title. Atlanta, of course, I don't think there's any chance right now. They're not mathematically eliminated, but they're pretty damn close, I think. So 7-8, so they still got a shot. But that being said, does anyone think the Falcons are going to go up to Buffalo and get a win here?
Nah.
Fuck no. Buffalo, just like Dallas, has perfected the art of beating bad teams.
True, and they did beat a good team last week. So, but yeah, damn.
You ain't wrong there.
Buffalo definitely needed that win over the Patriots. So, all right. Now one that I think Nori's a bit conflicted on because he technically needs both of these teams to lose. Giants at Bears. You're thinking about draft picks here.
That's right.
Nori, you're picking first here. Both teams are making draft picks for the Giants in the draft, but who you got and who do you hope and all that fun stuff. What do you got this week?
I'll hope all the Bears contract COVID, and then when the first place snapped, I hope they all spit on the Giants' faces. That's what I hope happens.
Wow.
I hope the game ends 2-0. I don't care who wins. First time in my whole fucking life, Giants are playing somebody I don't give a fuck who wins or not. Because I win either way. One of them goes down a spot and we get a better draft pick. And I actually hope the Giants lose out because it just speeds up the further demise of what really needs to get fixed.
Needs to change. So
I would like to see Justin Field throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. So.
Well, playing the defense to do it right.
The only saving grace is the Giants is the defense, and I feel so bad for them that all of their defensive effort is wasted on literally the worst offense in football. You guys cannot find a worse offense than the Giants. You can't. It's not even being emotional upset. You literally, factually cannot find one.
I don't know. The Saints look pretty shitty this past week, but yeah, I think you're
Overall,
right.
you can't. You just can't.
Yeah, Chicago favored by 6 at home. I guess I can ask this. Does anyone think the Giants are going to get a win here?
Oh.
I'm just picking whatever JC picks, so yes.
Dick. I'm not going to reveal my picks then. How about that?
All right, let's think of this. Do you know how bad you have to be for Chicago to be favored by 6?
True.
Has that not marinated with anybody else? Like, that's how fucking bad they are right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
I agree.
It's
I'm
not
not
just
picking the Giants.
It's not just offensive ineptitude. It's also all the injuries we have too. We're one of the most injured teams in football. And I don't know if it's the training staff. I don't know if it's the turf in MetLife, but it's just inexcusable the product they're putting on the field. And
fuck your stadium.
They don't deserve to win. No, fuck the stadium exactly. They don't
Might
deserve
just
to
be
win
the culture,
games.
honestly. So what I mean, it's whatever.
Well, that's why we got rid of Odell apparently to improve the culture. So I mean, I guess it got better. Oh no, wait, no. Odell has more touchdowns by himself than the Giants do in all of December.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Correct.
I didn't. Wow. All right.
He's got.
But hey, that boat
professional
picture
mental.
though, that boat picture was legendary. That's all I'm saying.
I hope they had fun.
They did. Y'all, what, 28 and 55 now since that picture? Something
28,
like that?
55?
Definitely
No,
not worth
it's
it.
worse
That
than that.
picture not
It's worse
worth
than
it.
that. It's worse.
Yeah,
I'll
way
take the
worse
20
than
wins.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much worse than that. Like, I wish it were 28 and 55 from that. It's not bad. I'll take that.
It's not bad.
Man, it's over 5 years. I mean, you sure? Yeah, that's pretty bad.
No,
Pretty
do the math. Look at it, buddy. No, I wish. That'd be nice.
All right, Kansas City at Cincinnati. This one is a bit interesting here. Rob, who you got on this one?
Oh, I'm going with chaos in this one. I'm taking Cincinnati.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh. The chaos.
I'm going with Kansas City right now. They're looking really good, and it also falls into the pattern recently the Bengals have had: win two, lose two,
There
win
you
two,
go.
lose two. They've won two
There
in a row.
you go,
They could
DJ.
potentially lose two in a row. So I'm going with
There you
Kansas
go.
City here.
Goddamn right.
So DJ, I assume you're going the same route that I am with this.
Exactly for that exact same reason. These sons of bitches are going to lose because of that.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Chicken Wing, what about you?
Hey, JC says KC's going to win, so Chicken Wing's going to go for KC on this one. You're going to get this all night, bro.
All right, and Nori.
I'm gonna laugh when both of y'all like just end up scoring less than DJ, and DJ takes the entire thing.
I know, right?
Do it.
I'm definitely
Yes.
going for Kansas City because I'm not going against them in December, and I was right not to because they didn't lose, and I'm sure shit not going against them in January.
Okay.
So
Oh, no,
you,
you had the biggest faith with them, even when they had their slump. You still had the biggest faith because they're the
I
G
didn't think
code.
they would catch up for the number one seed potentially, but I did think they'd figure it out, and oh my god, they figured it out. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a Titans fan,
I think it's gonna be a great
hoping
game.
they lose, but
I think it's gonna be a really, really good game. I won't be surprised if the Bengals win, but I don't expect them. I think Kansas City's kind of firing on all cylinders, and their defense has been really, really good. And Burrow has not traditionally done good with really good defense yet.
Kansas City, meanwhile, has clinched the AFC West. They need a win and a Tennessee loss to clinch the number one overall seed in the AFC. So, or a tie and a Tennessee loss. So, speaking of which, Miami at Tennessee. I am picking this one first. This is Tannehill's first start since he was let go. First start against the Dolphins, I believe, since he was traded or signed away. I don't remember which one it was at this point. So I know he has a lot to prove. It is the last home game of the year. I'm going with Tennessee, especially now with A.J. Brown healthy, Julio Jones healthy. 3 of the 4 pillars of the offense. That's where I'm going with. This is going to be a tough game, though, with Miami looking as good as they have recently. But I'm going Tennessee. I'll see if Chicken Wing picks that one as well later. But Rob, who are you going with?
I'm going with Miami in this one. I think their defense is just clicking right now, and I think it's more than enough to contain a not 100% Tennessee offense.
Okay. DJ, what about you?
I had to think about it for a while, but I'm going to go with Miami. It'll be a really good game, and I think it's going to be a close game. I mean, both teams are well. Miami's just hot right now. I mean, 7 straight games. I mean, you can't really argue with that. And A.J. Brown on Tennessee's side has emerged as an absolute monster. And, of course, because he's a monster, you've got to pay more attention to him, and that opens things up for Julio Jones and the like. Mm-hmm. The reason I'm going with Miami is because their defense is playing well, and Tennessee has some starting offensive linemen on the COVID list. So if they're not playing, I don't see how they can really block for Ryan Tannehill. So I'm going to go with Miami for that.
All right. Chicken Wing.
So I'm going for Tennessee, but not for the selfish reason, just because you picked it. I'm going for Tennessee because despite DJ's comment about the offensive line being on COVID, that was last week, and they still did enough to keep Bosa from touching Tannehill too much. And our front four is a lot better than Miami's. On top of that, wow, calm down. Calm down, okay?
Debatable.
Oh, wow, I hate you. On top of that, the receiving core,
healthy. The front four is better than Miami's.
I mean, that's true too. So I mean, there's a lot of variables. I consider that as a variable, and when I was confident in going against JC, it fucked me over. But at the end of the day, I still believe that Tennessee will pull this one out. Both teams are in a must-win, but in Tennessee's case, if they can do it without Henry, it'll just keep their chances of keeping him healthy as long as possible until playoffs. So I think Tennessee has more to ride on, because if they lose, then they have to pull back Henry and risk re-aggravating that injury for Week 18.
All right, and Nori.
Miami's literally making history. Like, if they don't control the schedule, they haven't beaten the best teams, but the winning 7 in a row is insane. They're finding ways to do it. The Titans' offense has not been consistent. They've been grinding out some pretty tough games that I didn't think they'd win this year. But Brian Flores has proven to be a really, really good coach.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think Miami is finally not only their defense waking up, but they're finally realizing what they have in Jaden Waddle, why they drafted him. They need to keep feeding that kid the ball. He's phenomenal. He's been underperforming, and I think he continues to have a breakaway game.
Yeah, as a Titans fan, I said it weeks ago when we were looking at contender, pretender. We said this team could be a spoiler. This was the game I worried about on the rest of the Tennessee schedule, especially after the bye week. Clinching scenarios attached to this. Tennessee clinches the AFC South with a win or an Indy loss, or if both teams tie. They clinch a playoff berth with a tie, or if the Chargers and Ravens lose, or the Chargers and Patriots lose, or the Ravens and Patriots lose. So basic, easy one, win and you're in. And of course, if they win and the Chiefs manage to lose, Tennessee would take over the number 1 seed in the AFC. So, all right. Speaking of Indy, Las Vegas at Indianapolis. What is sure to be an emotional game for so many reasons. Rob, where are you going with this one?
Emotional game or not, I still believe in the Indianapolis Tailors. They will
Facts.
run it down. And, yeah, that's my pick.
Your head says go with Indy, and I want to, but I think the passing of John Madden is going to mean a lot to the Raiders franchise. There's going to be a lot riding on it. I feel like they're going to be playing for something bigger. So I'm picking an upset here just because I know Vegas still does have a shot for the playoffs. And I think they might surprise some people, but I am right now going with Las Vegas, especially because Carson Wentz is on the COVID list, and I don't believe he's going to be suiting up this Sunday. So I'm going with Vegas to pull off the upset. DJ, what you got?
I got Indy winning this game. Vegas will play with a lot of spirit. I'm 100% certain of that, but it won't be enough to beat the Taylors. You know, Jonathan Taylor, I feel like will go nuts against Vegas, and I believe it's Sam Ehlinger that's going to get the start because Wentz is on the COVID list.
Correct.
I think he'll be enough to help Indy win.
Another Longhorn stepping in, right?
There you go.
Chicken Wing, who you got?
Somebody clip this. JC is not going for the home team this time. That's surprising. I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Tailors. I know I've been disrespectful all year calling them the Colts, and I shouldn't have been. I apologize. Tailors fans, excuse me.
Right.
I apologize. I'm so disrespectful, but Tailors are going to run it down their throat and not going to stop. And that's more than enough for Indy to take that.
All right, and Nori.
I'm never going to call them the Indianapolis Tailors because the whole team is actually clicking together, which I did not see coming at all. The quarterback play doesn't have to be the best. The defense has been pretty solid. Their other wide receivers are stepping up. Like, the whole team is coming complete. They're literally the hottest team in football. I can't remember the last time they lost. I'm going to keep going with them. I don't care who the quarterback is.
Disrespectful. They're the Tailors, damn it.
All right. Jacksonville at New England. Does anybody think the Jags are going to get a win in Foxborough?
No. But if they do,
Besides the
JC's
1%
super
on
happy about that. Let's just get that out of the way right there.
just I don't know whether to laugh or I'm just like what. That'd be one of the arguably the biggest upset of the season. I don't know.
Yes,
it's just nuts. So
arguably,
yeah.
Keep in mind that Jacksonville did beat Buffalo, so it's not outside of the realm of possibility.
Exactly.
Will I be picking them in a competitive pick'em league? Fuck no.
Yeah.
But is it possible? Yeah, sure.
didn't they beat them 9-6? Right?
Yeah.
9-6. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. In Jacksonville too.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're also the best
went
team
the
in
full
London.
9 innings too for that win. So it's baseball.
There you go.
Clinching scenarios on this: the Patriots can clinch a playoff berth. There's 6 different scenarios, but the easy ones are they win and Miami loses, or they win and the Raiders lose, and the Patriots would at least clinch a wild card spot. So, all right, Tampa Bay at the New York Jets. Rob, because it is your team, you're going to pick this one first. Your Bucks have clinched the division, so what do you got here for them?
Clinched the division. There's still a shot at us for the 1 seed, so I'm taking my Bucks against the Jets, even though there's not really much else to play for. But as long as there's a shot at the 1 seed, I think they go all out, and yeah, there's nothing the Jets are going to do to stop that.
All right. Anybody think the Jets are going to win at home against Tampa Bay right now?
Currently, no.
Not if Mike White is starting. If Mike White is starting, then obviously the Bucks have no chance, and everybody knows statistically.
I might change my pick.
Yeah, it didn't matter if the Bucks have prime, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown without, mental health issues. Like, it didn't matter. Like, Mike White is too good. But since Mike White is being scapegoated by the league, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Bucks.
Don't he have like 3,000 plus yards already, Mike White?
Mike White needs to get his agent involved and get a fucking trade for next season so we can go to a team that actually values him, because the Jets clearly don't value a god like Mike White.
Jacksonville.
What if he went to Detroit?
Bro.
Honest
Better than
question.
the Jets.
Detroit's winning the division.
No.
That
In Detroit, then obviously their Super Bowl pick.
Wait, no. We can't have Dan Campbell and Mike White on the same team. No.
Yes, we can.
Too good.
Yes, we can.
No.
That
Nori
is
would
too
be-
much
No,
awesomeness for one
that is
locker
too
room.
much
No.
Too
awesomeness.
good.
Nori would be the biggest fucking Detroit Lions fan if Mike White went there. I'm telling you.
That's
Dan
Chuck
Campbell
Norris
do?
and Mr. T walking in a bar together. The bar would instantly
Bro.
realize
Imagine
too
if
much
Dan Campbell
awesomeness.
ran for president 2024. You think he wouldn't win? Of course he
Of course
fucking
he would. Of course he would.
I would see Nori in blue and white, but it'd be a different blue and white next season. So
Absolutely.
I'm
I'd
just
be like,
saying.
I'd be
little bit silver.
loyal Lions fan here since 2022.
2022 Lions fan
Absolutely.
for
Look,
life.
I will tweet this. I will tweet Mike White to go to Detroit, bro. Say I won't.
Anywhere
Oh,
Mike White goes, I'm a fan of that team. Doesn't matter.
I'll fucking do it right now.
Bishop
If Mike
Sycamore,
White
bro.
goes if Mike White is a backup,
Sycamore. What the
if Mike White is a backup for the Philadelphia Eagles, I will hate them less.
I was gonna say that. Yeah. I can't like the Eagles, but I can hate them less. I'll give you
Yes,
that.
I can totally
I can't
understand
like those
that.
assholes, but yeah.
Most definitely.
Speaking of the Eagles, Philadelphia at Washington. Great segue there, Nori.
Fucking-
Playoff scenarios on this. There's a few for the Eagles. The easy ones are win and the Vikings lose and the Saints lose, or they win and the Vikings lose and the 49ers win. The Eagles get in. So, with the way these teams looked last week, especially with Washington having defensive players fight each other on the sideline on live TV, does anyone think Washington beats the Eagles right now?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
All right.
I don't. You know what? Hold on. I don't even care.
Go ahead, Nori. Go, Nori. Go.
I don't care if they're on the sideline. At least they goddamn care about fucking winning and losing. I wish the Giants players would stab each other in the fucking necks here and there. Show some fucking passion. Show you care about winning and losing. Show it's not just about millions of dollars and I get paid either way. Don't be so fucking complacent. Don't come with a post-game preference like, well, these guys are nice and they do so much charity work. Fuck them and their goddamn charities. They need to win basketball. Fuck those kids waiting on the Giants to show up. Okay? It's over. It's over until they come. They're not coming, okay? They need to fucking win. You're paid to goddamn win. That's it. And at least Washington cares enough to just smack each other around and poke each other and annoy each other on the sidelines because they care about fucking winning. At least that much.
Okay, so after all that, are you going to Philly or Washington?
I'm going to go Philly.
Okay.
I mean, it was beautiful though.
But they care.
That was a
But they
beautiful
care.
speech.
Yeah.
They
Well,
care.
that's
right.
Heineke ain't playing.
Exactly.
Eagles are playing pretty fucking good right now. They're actually
Yeah.
playing pretty good football. Since that wacky ass loss to the Giants, they haven't lost a game.
If they keep this up, they could spoil some playoff hopes for people. So
At the end of it, there's passion on Washington's side, but they're too injured. They don't have any. I mean, Taylor Heineke's not playing, and we can go down a whole list of players that are on the COVID list. I mean, we don't have enough time to go through all the players that are on the COVID list or injured for some reason or out for the season or whatever it is. So Philly will win because they're healthier. That's really it.
all right, and the final of the early Sunday games: the Rams at the Ravens. LA's home team heading across the country to play on Baltimore. Does anyone think the Ravens right now are going to beat the Rams?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Pattern is full.
I mean, I trust the Rams like I trust the Bengals to be consistent. Like, but with that being said, the Ravens haven't shown enough that they can beat more than 5 teams right now.
Sure. Playoff. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was going to say playoff clinching scenarios for the Rams right now. They actually clinched the NFC West with a win or tie and an Arizona loss. So, how the mighty have fallen. What the hell happened to Arizona? It's just insane. So, yeah.
They lost that DeAndre Hopkins guy. They lost
that guy. They lost J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
And they went up against
basically they
God
became
Campbell.
the Houston Texans, is what you're saying. So, yeah.
Well, the Houston Texans are winning games.
That's true. Now,
Arizona didn't.
They got rid of the problems, obviously.
Davis Mills.
yeah, we'll talk a little Cardinals when we get to that game. Next game, though, is a bit interesting. Denver at the Chargers, or Denver at the Los Angeles away team, as we're calling them. I don't believe there's any clinching scenarios around this game. Let me double check here.
I don't believe so, but I think
No, but if Denver wins out, they have an opportunity.
Same with the Chargers, right? Like playoff hopes are basically on the line.
Playoff
with this
hopes
one.
on, if you lose, you're basically out.
So Rob, who you got on this one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Like I
really?
like Austin Eckler, I like Justin Herbert, I like their offense, but yeah, they're about as consistent as chicken wing winning something. So
Bitch, that's consistently me losing something. That's the worst analogy you could have gave right there.
Not gonna lie to you, Rob, that was pretty bad because Chicken Wing never wins anything.
Exactly. What the shit is this, Rob?
Now let's think about this. He's won a couple games recently in fantasy football, so I have to give him some credit where credit is due.
Bitch.
No, he's basically at this point.
He luck boxed it, I don't
so.
care, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
Luck box my ass. It was that gay kicker. That's who it was.
Oh my god!
Send me the
Literally because his last name is gay. We're not calling it.
we're literally calling him.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna take the LA away team just because I don't trust Denver at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the LA away team for me.
Agreeing with Rob, I'm going with the away team. They're used to playing on the road for a whole 17-game season, so I don't see this as anything else. I fully expect there to be a huge Broncos contingent in SoFi Stadium for this, so this is going to feel like a road game for the Chargers as it is. So I'm going with the Chargers here. DJ, who you got?
The LA away team at the moment.
I love that.
Because
That's so great.
Bridgewater is still in concussion protocol. He is. If he somehow gets cleared and can play, then I'm going to change it. But I don't trust Drew Lock more than I trust Justin Herbert. And I don't trust Justin Herbert much right now anyway because the Chargers keep losing. But Herbert more than Lock, so I'm going to go with the away team.
Lesser of two Eagles, I guess.
There you go. Yeah.
Jeezy? What? Sorry.
All right. Chicken wing, who you got?
The Lord and Savior picked the Chargers, so I'm gonna go with our Lord JC and pick the Chargers.
Oh my God.
My initials are JC. I'm definitely no Messiah, but okay, great. All right, Nori, who you got?
Fucking fuck, man.
JC stands for Just Can't Win His League. So
I cannot. Second place so many times I cannot win my own damn league.
it's sad. It's
It
sad
is.
because at a certain point, I don't care how much money I'm paying this league. I want the man to win his damn league. It's really a shame.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm with. No, I'm a blonde, Mike. Let me have my moment because I'm gonna forget. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree with DJ because I'm the same goddamn way. If Teddy Bridgewater plays, I'm changing my fucking pick because they fingered the fucking Chargers last time they played them.
Yes, they did.
Shit out of them.
Sure did.
They beat the fuck out of them. They were Big Ben in a restroom. That's not bad.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
My God.
Have mercy.
The man's about to retire, so he's getting his shots in.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
God.
he settled
Allegedly,
for something
bro.
he allegedly did do, guys. Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So obviously he's an innocent man. Wink, wink. So that being said, if Bridgewater plays, all hail Teddy Bridgewater because he apparently owns the lightning bolts. Thunder God Teddy Bridgewater, fucking dope. But
Yeah.
if he's not playing, Drew Lock is one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever witnessed in my 38 years in this world. So I'll go back to the Chargers.
Well, I was actually going to give you credit because you were right about something because we were talking about Fantasy League just a minute ago, and then me and Rob looked it up. I actually was a back-to-back last place loser in JC's league, and I denied it like this whole time. So I was wrong.
So was I.
Well, we
actually.
know.
I was in back
We know
place,
you're
last
losing.
place in my own league too. So
Well, no, because we were talking about
No,
recently.
we're saying
Oh, recently? Yeah, you're the
back-to-back,
most
we're
recent.
saying-
Yes.
You're the
Yeah.
most
And
recent
I
double
don't
loser.
understand why you guys don't team up and talk strategy because you both are always fucking losing. So
No,
talk about
that's
something
not true.
winning.
That's not true because I told Rob, like, I looked at all the we looked at the league history when I first started because JC had the league way longer than me,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, because it's his league. Hello.
Yeah,
obviously, shut up, ho. Anyway, but
Water's white or water's wet in other news.
water is wet, you know, sky's blue, right?
Yeah.
Water is
Fuck all
white.
y'all, I swear to God.
Whoops.
Water is white.
No,
That
but
too. Water is Mike White. He flows like water.
Listen,
so
that's
I
the title of
didn't
this
know
episode,
this.
Water is
Obviously,
white.
I
You
didn't
know
know
this
this
fits
much.
so much. Water is wet. Mike is white.
That's the title.
Yeah. It's in there. It's in there.
Writing it down.
That's it. That's
done.
it.
I don't know why I don't charge you fuckers for my genius. I really don't.
Oh no, we got a surprise for that later on this year. But
Okay.
but I didn't know this, and me and Rob were like actually looking at this. I had no idea how many times JC was so close to winning his league. Like
Oh.
the man. No, dude. I think there's like
True.
5 or 6 seasons he was second
true.
place.
Yes.
2 seasons ago,
wasn't
I was
joking.
second to Diego only because like 2 players just shit the bed last.
They just
fucking
didn't show
championship.
up. Yeah.
JT
Yeah.
doesn't get
Show
the
up.
middle ground too often. He either is really, really close to winning, or I cannot believe he lost that bad. There's no
Yeah.
middle ground for him.
Yeah, there was no middle ground for JC. Meanwhile, I'm always hover between 5th and 8th. Like I was never good enough to take second, except for one year I was third.
Yeah,
No, I was
this
fourth.
is your
No, I was
Neo
fourth.
season. This is your anomaly. This is your Neo season. You know, Matrix
Yeah,
reference.
yeah,
But
yeah, fuck
I
you.
think I won it
Alright.
twice because I'm a winner.
Yeah, you did win it twice. So it's just like I was like, damn, really, JC was that close that many times? Shit, bro. Like how mad are you? Like being
You have
that
no
close
idea.
that many times?
No idea. Although I can laugh this season because the team that finished last place in my league was named Bishop Sycamore.
That's
Appropriate,
right. We saw
Yeah,
that. Me
right.
and Rob was like, wait a minute, 210 Outlaws didn't get last? What
No.
kind of shit is this?
No. Second game he's won all season and it saved him from having to pay for the trophy. So, yeah. Bishop Sycamore finished last in my fantasy league.
We know
They're
Bishop
not
Sycamore
a
isn't
real
real,
soul.
so
Yeah.
so now he doesn't know anything because
Yeah.
he's not real.
So,
Okay. I'm sorry. I just want to put that back up there.
all right. Well, Chicken Wing, you're about to keep talking because the Texans
Yes.
are coming to San
Fortunately.
Francisco. This is probably a scary game for San Francisco right now. I know they need
Davis Mills.
I'm telling you, I told you guys he's a winner. You thought I was fucking around, right? I told you he's playing better. Told you guys.
You did. You
playoff
did,
scenarios
though.
here. The Niners cannot they cannot win the division, but they can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Saints loss, or a tie and a Vikings loss, a Saints loss, and a Falcons loss. But that win may not be so easy because Houston is playing great right now. So, Chicken Wing, who you got here?
Team, hello. I'm trying to get this playoff. I'm trying to get that trifecta. So obviously, my team. Fuck out of here.
Trifecta. What? Who's your third team?
We talk about the fantasy, the pick'em, and the Niners winning the Super Bowl. Fuck you.
Please.
That's 3 wins for me.
Okay.
And Mike.
Okay. Rob, who you got?
Just to see you suffer, I'm picking Houston.
Go for it. Go for it. I don't give a fuck. You already last anyway. Fuck you, ho. I hate you.
That's okay. My team's already won. Don't care about sports.
Bitch.
I'm a little
No,
worried.
I'm pulling
that
a Dallas. I'm pulling a Dallas. I got 5 wins. Where you at, bitch?
I'm a little worried that for me,
I
the
have
Houston
won this
curse is back
generation.
for me, I should say. So, if you guys remember last time I could not pick the Texans right, it seems to be coming back. That being said, I'm picking San Francisco. We'll see if the curse is alive or not.
Oh, fuck, I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, I
I don't know who to pick now.
DJ's so conflicted.
Who to pick? But DJ has to think before me, so haha, suck it. Get this
Yeah,
up.
fuck, yeah.
San Francisco has a lot more to play for than Houston right now. So if
That's true.
That
Absolutely.
being said, they.
I'm gonna make
better
mine so
fucking win this
simple,
game,
and DJ's
so.
gonna get mad at me to think of this, but I'm gonna wait till he's finished.
Okay, DJ, go ahead.
The sigh.
Just say it.
I'm picking the Niners.
Okay.
Picking the Niners to win, and I'm picking the Niners to win because I think they'll play inspired because they can go ahead and clinch a playoff spot. They need help, but they can get a playoff spot clinched, and they'll go ahead and do that. I mean, I do trust their running game, and I think that they'll do enough to win the game.
All right, and Nori.
Make this as simple as I possibly fucking can because it's true. In all seriousness, I worry yet again for the 89th time the health of Jimmy G. Because when he's been healthy, he's been pretty on it this year. The second half of the league. You know whose health is not in question? Davis God King Mills.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go
God King now. Oh my God.
Okay, wow.
Listen, the Houston Texans put 41 on the Thunderbolts. If that's not godly, if that's not fucking slapping around Zeus, I don't know what is, man. So I'm gonna go with the fucking Texans.
Jesus Christ.
Texas.
Please, dear God, I hope the Texans curse is dead for me. All right, we'll find out.
So do I. Fuck.
Arizona at Dallas. DJ, it's your team. The Cowboys have locked up the NFC East. They can't really lock in the number 1 seed at this point unless they win and Green Bay loses, and then they at least, I think they take over the 1 spot, right? Is that
They
what it
take
is?
over the 1 spot, yeah.
So, I assume you're picking Dallas, but go ahead and give us where Dallas ranks in so many other statistical categories, like you do every week.
They're actually ranked sub-zero. They're actually above 1 now.
Thank you, Nori. Thank you. That's it. We don't. There's nothing else to discuss. We've discussed that already, guys. If it was up to me, it'd be fucking 32 Dallas Cowboys teams. That's how it's
We're first in Super Bowls before the Super Bowl era. We have the whitest players. We have the blackest players. We have the best union. We have the best cheerleaders, which actually is fucking true.
That's a fact.
They have their own reality show for crying out loud.
We're number 0 in passing. We're number 0 in rush defense. Micah Parsons is so good he's not even a rookie anymore. Go ahead. What else you got? What else? What else?
That's not good scholars.
I don't come here to do math. I don't come here to do fucking math. And DJ's like, they're ranked 26th in patience. Motherfucker, goddamn, who's winning and who's losing?
And half the roster was a part of the National Honor Society in high school, too. So, yeah.
I think secretly deep down Nori wants to be a Dallas fan so much as he studies so much about him. Jesus Christ, dude.
Study DJ because he's interesting. Dallas is not interesting.
I do appreciate that. Nori. Yeah, thank you. I'll take that. Yeah.
The rightful Edwards. I know.
Yeah, I appreciate
Oh
that.
my God!
Nori.
Shut up.
Yes. Yes.
I hate you. I hate
Everything
you so
we
much.
need. And still deserve and still don't get. It's sad.
All right.
Yeah. So I do have Dallas winning, but it's because Arizona's offense is not clicking. They've lost 3 straight games, including to the Detroit Lions. On the flip side of things, regardless of who's on the schedule, the Cowboys are playing good football right now, and they have done something that they don't historically do. They won every single game in December.
Yeah.
Yes, that's their anomaly.
But now it's
There it is.
January.
But that's true. This is where the test comes in because
right.
There's the history again. So this is the biggest test. I do have Dallas winning because of that, but we'll see what happens because it's January. They did what they had to do in December, and we know they don't do that. So that's already special right there. I do have Dallas winning. I don't know what's going on in Arizona. I mean, they put up 12 points against Detroit. That's all I have to say.
Rob, who you got here?
Do I have to pick a team? Like,
Yes, ho. Fuck.
But just pick Dallas, Rob. Just say Dallas, so we can move on to somebody else.
I mean,
Go ahead. Just ask the question. Does anybody think Arizona's gonna win? Come on, just ask.
Just ask it. Does anyone think Arizona's
Yes.
Right.
I was gonna say Nori.
Yeah,
and then
Nori.
DJ.
All hell bent on.
Nori,
Oh
do
my
tell.
God.
What you got?
Okay,
Okay.
fine, I will. All right,
Yes.
if everybody's picking Dallas, you can all eat dick. I'm going to tell you why Arizona can win. Because I, sir, am a history connoisseur.
Okay.
Where I know I pay attention to stats like Mr. DJ himself, and
Thank you, sir.
Dallas consistently fucking fails in when they're going to play, which is January. So I'm going to pick Arizona Cardinals, and also he's going up against stupid fuck Mike McCarthy. He's not going up against Dan God King Campbell. No, sir. They're going up against Mike McCarthy. Arizona comes back. They realize, hey guys, we got to win this division. We're the Arizona fucking Cardinals. This is just the Dallas Cowboys. So what better gift can they give us that Santa forgot to give us? Is just the failure of Dallas one more time. That's why Arizona's going to win this game.
All right.
Nori, I will say this.
Better
Nori.
coaching. Better coaching.
There it is. I will say this: we
Yeah.
win in spite of McCarthy. I said that at the beginning of the season.
This is true.
This
Very
is true.
You might.
Very
You might.
much.
They don't have Hopkins. That's going to be really fucking tough. They don't have Watt. But you know what? They won tougher games without them.
You know, I have something interesting to say about the Cardinals right now. Obviously, they are clinched the playoff berth, so they're in no matter what at this point.
Yes.
Still have a shot at the division, but they need some help. Well, if I guess you guys know, obviously our listeners don't know. This past weekend, we took a flight to Arizona and then surprised the kids. My parents were taking them to Disneyland, so we all went to Disneyland. But my shuttle driver from the airport in Arizona, he ended up picking us up from the airport and also taking us back the next day. He was wearing Arizona Cardinals gear. We're in Phoenix, for crying out loud. And his son actually played for the Cardinals last year. He was a running back, kind of far back on the depth chart. Didn't get re-signed. He actually, Toronto Argonauts called him up, signed him. So he won a Grey Cup with the Argonauts. Congratulations.
Good shit.
Pretty damn awesome, right? He's himself was a former NFL player. He played college ball at Iowa, and he actually didn't mix around the NFL. And I told him I was a Titans fan. He's like, "Oh man, well when they were the Oilers, they cut me." But I was sorry,
Damn.
His name is the driver. His name is Q. Really nice guy. And I said, "Hey, I need your Cardinals to win this week so my Titans can clinch, whatever." But he said, "Oh, we're not going to win a damn thing with Kyler Murray."
Wow.
Flat out said that.
Wow.
Is not a believer in Kyler Murray, having NFL experience himself. The fact that his son played for the Cardinals, so he knows some of the NFL players. He said Kyler Murray is the reason Larry Fitzgerald left Arizona, because the guy cannot see over his damn offensive line. Sure, he can throw the deep ball, but for those short passes you need to throw in the NFL, he can't do it because he's
hold on.
too damn short.
Can you remind your friend that Russell Wilson's 5'10"?
I was going to say, I mean, that guy has
guess,
a Super Bowl win. I don't know. If
He
that means
just
anything.
doesn't
thing I've
believe in
ever heard.
Kyler Murray, and this seems to be the sentiment a lot in Arizona. A lot of the sports talk there, they just don't believe in the guy.
Wow.
It's
That's
interesting.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So now I don't know if it's just because they've been losing games and they're having to rely on Kyler Murray a lot more with injuries or something. Obviously, we can't expect the guy to do it all by himself, but
Oh, absolutely.
that's just an interesting thing. There's some Cardinals fans out there in the Phoenix area that just don't believe in Kyler Murray and don't think that they're going to win a Super Bowl with him.
Well, I mean, if they take Kyler Murray away, what do they have?
Not a damn thing right now because they're
Okay.
injured. So, but I don't know. That's the way that division is getting tougher, and if you don't have the support around him, that's going to be tough to win right now. And I think that kind of solidified me picking Dallas. I know we said it. We were doing the playoff machines weeks ago. This is the game to circle. This changes a lot of things. So
These guys are
this
absolutely crazy in Arizona. I would give Chicken Wings life to have Kyler Murray in fucking New York, dude. Oh my god, man. The guy is
That's not a
super
lot,
good.
there, guys. Just a disclaimer. It's not a lot.
okay.
Wow.
He's super good. And why is nobody going after Kingsbury choking in the second half of the season again? Why is it all on Kyler Murray? You took away his favorite toy. You still have Moore. You still have Kirk. You have weapons on offense. And they've had a pretty tough schedule so far. Why is it all on Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. There's no reason it should be.
Exactly.
Where's all the
Shouldn't
support around DeAndre Hopkins? Like there were other receivers that were showing up when Hopkins was there. Like where are those guys now? So I don't know.
And didn't Arizona at one point have the Honey Badger, right?
still
Tyler
there?
Matthew? No,
Yes.
he's in Kansas City now.
He's in Kansas
No,
City
yeah.
now.
I think they had him. I think they had him before.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think-
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying,
drafted
they had him. Yeah, they had him. They had a lot of talent even before Kyler got there. It was still Warner,
Still do.
and poor guy, he couldn't.
Well, Kingsbury's never been a defensive coach. I mean, look at his track record at Texas Tech and
I
the
was
Big
just
12
about to
where
bring
no
that
one
up.
really plays defense, to be honest with you. So,
You're right.
yeah. So, it's... There's
He was
something
coach
inherently wrong with Arizona.
when
Injuries
Crabtree
aren't
was
good
there,
reason.
right?
Huh?
He was coach when Crabtree was there, right?
He was either the
Kingsbury?
coach or he was the quarterback.
Okay.
Either way, I still hate his ass for that. Crabtree.
I mean,
too. Super Bowl's not growing
obviously.
Crabtree. So
We know that hoe. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
God, I hate
I
you so
remember
much.
where I was. I remember where it was because me and my wife were getting married, and we had to do some fucking church seminar bullshit, whatever. And all of us men were like kind of raising our hands, and this priest thought we had questions. We're like, "Are you showing the UT and
Texas Tech game.
and a Texas Tech game?" And he's like, "The what game?" And we all left the room. Us men, we knew we had to do. We knew we had to find the nearest TV because we were not going to get help unless it was
that
Madden.
that game.
We left all the women there. We all got shit for later, but we watched one of the greatest college football games ever. And all they had to fucking do was push Crabtree out of bounds. That's all they did.
Yeah.
Just lean into him.
Oh, well.
horrible
Where's the
tackling.
safety coming over the top to make sure he gets out of bounds?
Horrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Horrible.
Yeah, I have nightmares about that, but
Fucking
Bad
blew it.
Great game, but yeah, they blew that shit. Great game.
And then we learned how stupid the Big 12's tiebreaker scenarios were at that time too. So
Yes.
Yep. I digress. Moving on. Carolina at New Orleans. Big
This is
NFC
all-
South division matchup here. Anybody
And then a
picking?
tie.
Well, you know what? Both of these teams are pretty bad. So,
I can't pick a game. I can't
Yeah.
pick this one.
Rob,
And
you
in
hate
a
them both. They're your
tie,
division. You just laugh at this
and in a
matchup.
tie, and in a tie.
Rob says end in the tie. That's it. Fuck it. End in the tie.
Fucking 3-3 is not out of the realm. So
Yeah.
At this point, 2-2. Shit, might as
Yeah.
well. Knock it down.
I'll say I'm going with the Saints. They should be getting everybody back off COVID protocols, and
Do they have a quarterback?
I would guess.
Well, Saints need
No.
that win
Blake
too.
Bortles. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the guy's great.
Blake Bortles versus Sam Darnold, boys. This is your matchup of the week right here.
I think you guys
Well,
I
we
think
know
you guys
about
overthink shit, honestly. I really do. I think guys overthink shit because the Saints have beaten fucking Bucks twice without a quarterback. You think
Exactly.
you can't handle the Panthers who haven't won a game since 2 months ago? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Saints gonna whoop their ass.
This is coming from the same person who believed in Arizona and they got their ass beat by Detroit.
That was an
Wait,
upset.
yeah, it
The
was
whole world saw
Detroit.
that.
It
What
was
the
an
fuck? Did
upset.
you pick Detroit last week? Did you pick Detroit last week?
No, of course not.
Then what
He
the fuck
did.
you talking about?
What's
your point?
All right. Anyway,
I can't pick this game.
Well, DJ, who are you picking on this one?
I got the Saints winning because Carolina has no quarterback, and they still. I mean, Rule is still at a point where he's doing this quarterback carousel like it's fucking doing anything. It's not doing shit, and he thinks it is. Oh yeah, when he doesn't, and he's never committal to any quarterback until it's almost game time. Every time he gets asked about it, well, we're going to look at this, we're going to look at this. Both quarterbacks are going to take snaps. I mean, fuck. Sam Darnold is starting, and he went to USC last time I checked, so he sucks.
So let's make this simple. Which quarterback options would you prefer? The ones on the Saints or the fucking Panthers? I'll take the Saints.
Saints. Exactly.
Easy answer.
Yep.
Sam
Jay Wayne,
Darnold
what about
sucks. That's it. So
Well, I mean, since Nori put it that way, shit, I have no other choice. Fucking Saints at this point.
So
Jesus.
That's a better coaching. Alvin Kamara, better defense, better almost everything. Like if there's no Christian McCaffrey, there's no 2015 Cam. Like what are we worrying about here?
nothing.
Panthers are
Nothing
bad,
really. I mean,
Panthers
JC
are
picked
bad,
them, so
bad.
I'm picking them too. Fuck it. Let's go.
Asshole.
I like the strategy.
So we already know where
Stop.
Nori's going, but then again, you ask fantasy owners about Alvin Kamara right now. Like he's cost some players championships.
But the Panthers can't stop him.
No.
I don't give a fuck what it's costing. The Panthers can't stop him. They got no answer for him.
He's playing the right team at the right time for those that have Kamara in their championship.
Guys,
So.
look at the
That's
schedule.
facts.
Look at the schedule. The last month and a half. What game had the Panthers made competitive?
Wait, JC, don't you have Kamara?
I do.
Bet you're
God,
playing
I
it for
want
seventh
it.
place.
Some
Oh
people
my
pick
god,
it
you're
up.
playing it for seventh place.
I'm playing for the number one pick next season. The damn right.
Oh
So
my god, he's definitely taking Derrick Henry for me. You fucking asshole.
you took it from me this year, dipshit. All right, Detroit at Seattle here. I feel like I can ask this because anybody picking Detroit to go into the land of the 12s and get a win.
Well, hold
No.
on, hold
What?
on.
It's wide open, I know, because I know Chicago
Seattle
did
just
it.
lost to Chicago. What confidence do we have in them right now?
don't have confidence
have
in either
much.
team.
Both teams have no defenses. It's
Yeah,
going to be a shootout.
True. That is also true, Mike. Yes. So I'm not like super. We could debate this.
All
I'm not
right.
super confident in either team right now. Seattle should win, but what? I mean, how did the fuck do you lose Chicago?
Does Detroit lose to Atlanta? You know.
No defense.
By four
That's
points.
how you lose.
Yeah.
Rob, who you got?
Rob says chaos.
Rob.
All my teams won. You guys all suck. Or...
Rob, can you hear us?
I think we lost them. Oh, there we go.
Why?
Oh, we're asking for your pick for this game.
Let's go with you.
Exactly. Now that you look at it, like,
Yeah.
Rob fell
Yeah.
asleep. Hey, Rob, we're doing a weekly pick 'em. Go ahead and pick one of them teams.
I don't want to. Seattle, sir. Why not?
All right.
He's fucking playing league. I know he is.
I'm
Shut up.
I'm going with Seattle too right now.
Jesus Christ.
DJ, who you got?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, make that pick now.
Damn.
fucking. I mean, Dan Campbell's coaching. That's what we're looking at here. And Seattle lost to Chicago.
By one.
Yeah, but Detroit wet the fucking bed and should have won the game, but didn't because Detroit did it away like they usually do.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm gonna go with Seattle because they're at home.
Damn.
I may change my pick because Dan Campbell gives a fiery fucking speech at some point this week, and he's gonna make me change my pick because of that. I'll stick with
right.
Seattle for now.
Chicken
every-
Wing. Go
Everybody's
ahead
picked
and,
Seattle? Jesus.
Yeah, Chicken Wing. You're gonna pick Detroit, aren't you?
I don't want to pick Seattle because I hate them. Fuck
Nope,
them.
you gotta pick him. Yeah, say it. Say it.
You can pick Detroit. It's fine. You'll be
No,
wrong.
I'm picking Seattle.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Someone clip that. Yeah.
All right.
I got
Nori, who you
DJ
got?
picking the Niners.
Detroit.
All right.
All right,
I
so
got Detroit. That's right.
Nori's the only one picking Detroit
That's right.
Yeah.
Picking fucking
for
Detroit.
now.
I believe in Dan
He is
Campbell.
picking Dan Campbell, and he's going with it.
I'm picking
He
Dan
is.
Campbell because Pete Carroll. If you can't coach your way out of Chicago, you're not going to beat God King Campbell. Look out of here, bro. You're not going to beat the superior Matt Nagy. You lose to Matt Nagy, and then no, sir, no fucking sir. I lost all confidence in you whatsoever. So
Alrighty.
yeah, I'm going with Detroit.
Sunday night game: Minnesota at Green Bay. Minnesota looking to try and get 2-0 on the Packers this season. Anybody call that the way this season was going?
Nope. Rob did. You're right.
Yeah. Well, right. Clinching scenarios here. Green Bay has already clinched the NFC North. They can clinch the number 1 seed with a win and a Dallas loss. So,
Rob made all these Nostradamus picks, and he's in last place. It's fucking hilarious.
okay. Well, Rob's
Say
picking
your
first
brain,
here.
Rob.
Who you got on this game?
Oh, I have to believe in my picks here, so I'm going with Minnesota to cause the chaos in the NFC.
I hate you
Crazy
so much,
would it
Rob.
be if it did happen, right?
I really do.
Chaos. Chaos.
As much as I would love to see chaos, the game's in Lambeau. For being an up north team, the Vikings don't exactly play well in the weather.
Minnesota
but
plays.
they're in a dome,
They're
right?
in a dome.
So
Yeah, they're in a dome. No, that doesn't count.
going with Green Bay in the frozen tundra here, especially if the weather goes their way that they like to play in. DJ, who you got?
Go with Minnesota.
Oh.
Even
Oh.
even though you look at Green Bay, they're the number 1 seed. They're playing great football right now. No arguments there. There's one thing that Minnesota does well
Joke.
that Green Bay can't do, but Green Bay can't stop this. Browns, even though they lost to them, the Browns ran the ball down their throat.
That's
Oh,
true.
A better rushing team, and Dalvin Cook is going to come to town.
Absolutely.
Green Bay can't
true.
stop the run, so what's the best way to beat Aaron Rodgers is keep his ass off the field. If Minnesota can control the ball and control the clock, they'll win again.
All right, Chicken Wing, what do you got?
I'm going for Green Bay. No, JC, not for you. Not everything's about you, JC.
Liar.
Jesus. It's because I need Minnesota to actually lose to improve our chances for playoff berth.
All right, and Nori.
I'm going Minnesota.
There you go.
I'm going Minnesota because you know what? Fuck Aaron Rodgers. That's all I have.
Shit, whatever the reason is, Minnesota.
Simple enough. There it is.
Fuck him.
Alright. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. There you go.
It's fucking beautiful.
It's not so expert analysis, people. All right, Monday night game. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Cleveland actually favored by 3 on the road here. I want to ask the question: does anybody picking the Steelers? But you just never know with the Browns.
No,
You
no, fuck
just
that.
never
No,
know
no,
with the
fuck that.
Browns.
The Browns are taking it. They're gonna give Big Ben the boot because that's gonna be his last game ever. Fuck him. He's done. And
You really think
I thought
he's
you-
going to
I thought
go
you were gonna
out
say
with a
that-
bad loss in Heinz Field on his career? Because he said he's
That's
confirmed
it.
it's most likely it.
No.
yeah, he's done. Mans is done. So might as well just send him out. Send him on the way.
Well, is anybody picking the Steelers?
I'm picking the Steelers.
Evidently, half of Yahoo's picking Steelers right now. It's the closest game on the pick'em.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
it's a close game record-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go in order like civilized women here.
Okay, all right,
Fine,
Rob,
I
what do you got?
guess.
I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Ooh, okay. I'm taking Cleveland because I fully expect them to leave Ben Roethlisberger sulking on his own bench like they did last year in the playoffs. These
Yes.
nameless gray faces. I want to see that.
Yes.
You know what? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm changing my pick.
There you go. Yes.
TJ, who you
Yes.
got there?
There it is.
Picking
Telling you.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, all right?
I'm going Pittsburgh. Baker Mayfield wants to be Santa Claus so bad he threw 4 picks. He was just giving them away like they were candy. So at the end of the day, what we're gonna see here is Baker Mayfield be true to form. He's gonna turn the ball over, and Pittsburgh's gonna take advantage of it. And Big Ben's gonna go out with a win. And he's gonna fucking retire like he should have done 3 years ago.
All right. Chickawing.
I'm picking the Browns.
All right. I have to ask again, like civilized.
No, you
people,
don't.
as we said. Yeah.
I know.
Civilized.
It's all about you, JC. This time it's all about you.
Dick. Nori, who you got?
I'm gonna give DJ an aneurysm. Watch this. I'm gonna pick the team that didn't tie with Detroit.
That's right. 'Cause that's the
Well
way
played,
lost to
Nori.
Detroit.
Well played.
Checkmate. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Those are our predictions and Knoxville expert analysis for Week 17 of the NFL season. It's so weird to say Week 17 and this not be the last week of the year because the extra game this year. So next week we'll recap how we did in Week 17, talk our predictions for the final week of the season, and of course our final playoff predictions, which you'll kind of know based on who we're picking. Some interesting thing to note, we discovered this on the NFL Playoff Machine on ESPN. It's kind of glitchy right now because, as you guys know, for Week 18, ESPN is going to get their pick of 2 playoff critical matchups for a Saturday doubleheader that they're going to broadcast. And right now on the Playoff Machine under Week 18, there's 2 games where the teams are just grayed out and the machine just doesn't work. And we looked at all the matchups. The 2 that are seemingly grayed out are 49ers at Rams and Chargers and Raiders. So it seems like as of right now, ESPN is eyeing those 2 matchups as the Saturday doubleheader for ESPN on Week 18. So got to keep an eye on that. We'll know for sure what those 2 games are going to be flexed after Week 17, after Monday night, and then they will also flex a game to Sunday night that'll be on NBC for Week 18. So we'll see. This is going to be interesting to see how the playoff scenarios pan out, how many teams are going to clinch, and if there's even going to be spots open on the NFC, because most of the NFC spots are taken right now. So
Yep. 5, no 6. 5 of the 7. 5 of the 7 are taken.
5 of 7 are, yeah.
yeah.
Arizona clinched.
Surprisingly, with the loss, they found a way to clinch, right? So
Yeah, go
yeah.
Go figure. Oh, it's because we lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and DJ, you're welcome for your Christmas gift. Fuck you. I hate you.
Wait, what?
I appreciate that, Mike.
Yeah, fuck
Thank
you.
you.
Shut up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, from the Tennessee Titans, you're welcome too. So, all right.
You, JC. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts, what your predictions are, what chaos you might expect to see this week. You can tweet it at SportsMinorPod. And we hope to see y'all next week. Again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan, and the guy with bragging rights over Chicken Wing. Joining me, as always, are...
Christ. Okay, Chicken Wing, the guy who tweeted Mike White, reminded him that he needs to find his way to get to the Lions. So please follow us at SportsMinerPod. You'll see my tweet. I tagged him. And Niner faithful. Bitch.
All right.
I would like the New York Giants to sell the team to fucking Coach Pat Riley, because Pat Riley has never done any wrong, and he's just a fucking winner. So sell the team to a goddamn winner in New York, and that's all I have. Fuck off, the rest of you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Rob. Having a good time being a Bucks fan. It's a great time to be a Bucks fan, guys. Just become a Bucks fan. Great life.
Disgust me.
Shut up, Rob.
I'm such a winner. Great times.
Damn it.
Even when I'm losing.
I just want to throw up on my mouth right now.
Fucking shit. DJ here, Cowboys fan. Looking forward to another crazy week in NFL.
The number one Edwards with all the stats.
Goddamn right. I appreciate that, Nori. Thank
Oh
you.
my god.
He's our Sub-Zero Edwards because it's just that good.
And by the way, what was the joke, Nori, from Chris Rock? No white man has led more black men to the promised land than Pat Riley. Right?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's fucking gospel. And that's what we need to recognize that Mara's got to go because Pat Riley can do it.
All right.
Oh, God.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll catch you guys next week on the Sports Minorities podcast. And to my friend and coworker, Ashley, who's playing Chicken Wing, please, for the love of God, win the fantasy championship this week.
Why do you
Ashley,
do this every week?
Only hope.
Yes,
Why do you do this every week?
because fuck you,
It's
Chicken
the
Wing, that's
inevitable. All right.
Ashley, congrats
Valid
on picking
reason.
up Kelsey. Let's make it happen.
No, she didn't get Kelsey, bro.
As chaotic as 2021 was, we absolutely can't go into 22 Chicken Wing being a winner.
No,
Just can't be.
cannot.
It absolutely can't be.
Yes. So now just to kind of clear the air here, Ashley and JC are are their final hope. So JC, say your prayer now on air
What?
for my loss.
Yeah, JC's the final hope.
I already did. My prayer was fuck you, Chicken Wing, AM. En nombre del Padre, Hijo y Espíritu Santo.
There it is.
There you go.
it is.
So,
Yeah.
said it in Spanish so it's more authentic, too. Thanks, everyone, once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at SportsMinorPod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Listen, there's no big secret to winning football. It's just doing what these guys do every game. Just go out and give it your best. Bottom line, I took a team to a Super Bowl and we won. I even had some guys on that team that nobody wanted. But we were a team. And that's what you guys are. You're a football team. That's kind of like a family. Except you get to hit each other. But you have to stick together. Do that, you'll be fine.
Thanks, Mr. Madden.